You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or will sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. Said by an actor back in 1964, this quote was part of what would become one of history's greatest speeches. 12 years after that speech, named A Time for Choosing, that actor would have his own encounter with destiny when his new title became Ronald Reagan, President of the United States of America. In the speech, as Reagan later renamed it, he defends against attacks made to one of the most important documents in American history, the Constitution. It is impossible to analyze and compare our modern world to the forefathers' desire without first acknowledging the document that holds their initial vision for their country. The U.S. Constitution. Over 4,400 words, 4 pages, 5 years and 9 months of writing and ratifying, 55 delegates, 39 signees, and an infinity of visions for a brighter future. This was the foundation of our Constitution, a document that has helped govern our country for almost 250 years. When the forefathers came together to write this document, yes, they brought experience, expertise, and an unthinkable capacity of genius with them, but they also brought different opinions, plans, and visions for America. They had to unify themselves and put aside their differences. They had to work together and combine their ideas in order to maintain one of the most important words in our country's title, united. By coming together and combining their dreams, our forefathers collectively took the first step up Mount Progress, knowing that eventually they would have to pass the baton to the next generation, then the next, then the next. They gave us the constitutional amendments as a map, and their passion for freedom and progression as a lamp. Going up that mountain is perilous and exhausting, but falling back down, that's easy. Obstacles and cliffs like disunity, toxic culture, and many more have sent us backward on our path. Over the generations of sojourners, the flame of that lamp has been slowly diminishing due to our shifting culture. And because of the lack of light, we have stumbled off of the path many times, each time getting closer to that last step into 1,000 years of darkness that Ronald Reagan warned us about. But some of those obstacles have proven to advance us in the long run. Obstacles like war, economic crisis, and attacks on our soil in many ways. Conquering these have brought out the beautiful spirit of the American people. The invention and progression of modern technology, marks of the brilliance of American ingenuity, to the length of which our forefathers never would have imagined could be possible. The use of this technology in the medical world has been one of the most influential breakthroughs in our history. Because of that technology, doctors were able to safely and quickly insert a device into my 19-year-old brother's heart to save his life this past summer. The progression of our culture is one of the most controversial topics in our modern generation. Things like entertainment, music, social media, and more have brought people together and helped form our generation, but they also have been one of the most dividing aspects of our modern world. The evils of this division and strife often distract us from what is truly important, keeping that flame given to us by our forefathers alive. And the words of Ronald Reagan, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms intended for us by our founding fathers. Those freedoms were fought for by millions of selfless soldiers, including my great-grandfather. Do we acknowledge the horrors of war and give honor to those whom honor is due? My great-grandfather had to stand by helpless as he watched his fellow soldier, partner, and friend die from the Nazi sniper in abandoned streets of Germany. That is one of the thousands of lives that our ability to live freely has cost. Over 80,000 soldiers have died to protect our generation's rights. Over 80,000 soldiers died to maintain freedoms that our forefathers envisioned for us. Like the forefathers, we have the freedom to disagree, argue our point, but then come together in unity for the good of our nation. These incredible men and women gave and give their lives, knowing that our culture won't always give them the respect and honor that they deserve. We are so wrapped up in our own lives that we don't spare a moment to thank those who give and continue to give their lives for the true patriotic freedom that the forefathers had in mind when they built this nation. So, is our country what our forefathers envisioned? In so many ways, it far surpasses what they could have dreamed. Yet there are also things that we must strive to change to relight the flame that they are passing to the next generation. We must embrace unity as a nation, embody kindness, speak truth, and exemplify strength and courage. The forefathers gave us their vision, their wisdom, and overcame the first stretches of the climb up Mount Progress. So I strive, as an American citizen and a member of Gen Z, to respect my country, and I encourage, I plead that you do the same. Mourn with the families who lost a loved one in battle. proudly face our flag when they play the national anthem, and try our best to live a life even a fraction worthy of the sacrifice our freedom cost. A life of an American citizen that our forefathers envisioned, and a life that will help relight the flame of freedom given to us by our forefathers. Thank you.